I've been meaning to talk with you. It's terrifying, isn't it? The President and I have a simple request. Tell us what you see. If anything in your environment strikes you as a bit odd, a bit off, pick up the phone. Whether it's a package or a person that seems out of place, we'd love you to let us know. Because there's a lot of noise out there these days. A noisy press that's choosing to dwell on the past instead of what's happening right now. My husband and I want to protect you. In 2 weeks' time, you will be heading to the ballot box to decide what kind of country you want to live in. It's a profound choice. But no matter who wins this election, we're going to need to work together. Watch out for each other. And yes, watch each other to keep us all safe and sound. Tell us what you see. My name is Claire Underwood, and I approve this message. Should we do one more?
Did the Democrats show?
They didn't disappoint. Almost every member, sir.
Almost.
I have a list of those who did.
My fellow congressman, I do not need the Washington Herald to tell me that a scoundrel lives in the White House. I can see the Democrats are here. They're eager to debate. And I say to the gentleman on the other side of the aisle, thank you. Investigate the president for crimes committed while he was vice president. I say yes. Let's debate. Let's debate this miscreant all day and all night.
Madam Speaker, parliamentary inquiry.
The gentleman from Georgia may state the nature of his parliamentary inquiry.
Do the rules of the House not require the President be formally invited in order to attend?
Madam Speaker, if I may.
The Speaker recognizes the gentleman from South Carolina.
The President is wearing his congressional pin today and is thereby welcome to any and all proceedings.
Madam Speaker! Madam Speaker! Rules of the House state that former members are not allowed on the floor when they have interest in the matter under debate.
Madam Speaker, the President has no interest or opinion on the matter being debated today.
The House suspend! The House will suspend!
Madam Speaker, I still do have the floor. And I find it hard to believe that the President wouldn't have an opinion on the matter being discussed.
If the good gentleman from Florida would yield a portion of his time, I assure him it will satisfy his query.
I yield 3 minutes to the leader.
And I yield my time to the former congressman from South Carolina and the President of the United States.
Point of order! Parliamentary inquiry! Parliamentary inquiry!
Mr. President, this is beyond the norm.
I don't care. I don't care. And I also do not care about your investigative committees. No, that is not what I care about today.
The House will cease.
That is not what I care about today. I am on my way to the funeral of an American patriot, a good man. A husband, a father who was beheaded on American soil. And this chamber chooses to debate me?
The House
I
will
ask
suspend!
to speak to a full session of this chamber, and my requests were
Madam
denied.
Speaker!
You must yield the floor.
I will not yield, Madam Speaker, because I cannot wait. One of the murderers who killed Mr. Jim Miller is still out there at large. How much more proof do you people need? I demand that every member of this House take a stand. Like FDR before and Wilson before him, I demand that this Congress declare a formal declaration of war against ICO, both here and abroad.
Motion to adjourn. Second. The House will adjourn. The President will cease.
I will not cease. I will never cease. I demand that this Congress declare a state of war has existed and does exist between ICO and the United States of America. And I demand that every member of this House stay in this chamber for as long as it takes until you bring my request to a vote, or you will all go down in history as cowards. Cowards!
The Sergeant at Arms will remove the President.
Madam Speaker, I repeat, I demand a vote. I will not yield. I will not yield. I will not yield.
Alleged terrorist Zachary Hawthorne was killed by the FBI, but Joshua Masterson is still at large. While the Miller family mourns, the hunt for the missing terrorist continues and tensions are running high. The president may be asking for war, but it seems war's already been declared on him.
My fans.
FBI is looking into a multiple shooting in Chattanooga. Reports have it gang-related.
No.
A private plane went down in West Virginia, mechanical failure. A series of homes were set on fire in Georgia, most likely arson. A convenience store in North Carolina exploded about 4 in the morning.
Where's the store?
A suburb outside of Raleigh. The cause is still under investigation.
I'll make an appearance.
Yes, ma'am.
Just put it on the schedule so the media has time to mobilize.
Yes, ma'am.
I take it the president has declared war on Joshua Masterson.
You never should have kicked me off that call. This morning isn't about politics.
That's right. We need to show some compassion for the living.
And respect for the dead.
Families agreed to a moment. No press, no speeches, but we should be able to pull something.
Mr. President, Governor.
Do they not realize what we've done for them already?
No, I pointed that out, sir, but daughter's medicated and very fragile at the moment.
All right. I'm so sorry. Mrs. Miller, I'm so very sorry.
Thank you.
And I promise you, I will not stop until everyone responsible for this terrible tragedy is brought to justice. And I swear to you as God is my witness, no one will ever harm you or your family ever again. The nation mourns with you and your daughter, Mrs. Miller.
Thank you, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Mr. President.
I'll be right along.
It's a busy day for you today, sir.
It's a sad, sad day.
It's a shame things didn't turn out differently.
Yes. Well, some things are bigger than the two of us, Will.
I don't want him here.
Calm down, Melissa, please.
It's his fault. He's dead. Daddy's dead. He killed him.
Please. Give me a minute. Did you take your medicine?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes!
You do. You think about what you would say on a day like today. If a day like today were to happen, but you let it pass, because you know you have so much more left ahead of you, so much to do together. You think 40 minutes? We were late 40 minutes, or 2, or 1, or if we went somewhere else to eat. But to dwell in the past, to live in what ifs. That wasn't my husband. That wasn't us. Honey.
Please.
Okay. Come on.
I need to. I wanted to say about my father. He was so strong, so brave. My father was taking us to. My father.
Come on, baby, it's okay.
My father, you killed my father. You're the reason he died.
Melissa.
It's all right, Melissa. We understand.
What did the girl say to you?
She said she hopes I die and that you become the president.
Mr. McAllen, this is Deputy Director Michaels from the NSA. I'm literally in your office. I believe we had a meeting.
There's been raids as far up as New York and down to the Panhandle. As of now, Green's focusing in on the border between Virginia and North Carolina. Seth has a statement ready for this afternoon.
No. The best statement is no statement. Besides, I want Claire to be the voice on this until we're ready.
Yes, sir. Quite a crowd out there.
Well, we better bring Birch in first.
Yes, sir. Congressman Birch?
Bob. Well, that was a little bit of history this morning, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
I couldn't see it any other way.
No disagreement from here.
Well, you know how the Republicans are, anything but a decision. They mistake complaint for leadership.
Well, instead of a committee to investigate you, you got one to discuss your declaration.
All the way to Election Day. Even if there's only a handful of Republicans with the grit and spit to put up a fight, we can control the conversation. Get them talking about anything but that goddamn article. All right. Now, who from our side do we need to massage?
Womack. The declaration caught him off guard. Had to keep him out of it. It's his constituents that actually fight the damn thing.
Well, let's call in the honorable gentleman from Missouri. Oh, he's a bourbon man, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
A stunt.
Yes, I'm calling it a stunt.
Charlie, if I may.
Tom, please. What are you implying?
This request for a declaration of war is yet another distraction.
And I've never been prouder of the president than I am today.
I'm not denying what happened to the Millers. It was a tragedy.
No, but you are, because denying it is the tragedy.
This is a pattern. Your husband's administration, Mrs. Underwood, continues to operate in the shadows.
Tom, I understand you believe in the importance of your article, and I agreed to come here today and talk with you about it. But we're fighting to keep this country safe.
Mrs. Underwood, the White House has yet to release one piece of information about the attempted capture of those domestic terrorists.
Psycho-terrorists, yes.
Reports from a few hours ago are saying North Carolina or Virginia, but that's all we have.
Well, we are circling in. We're getting closer. I will tell you, our intelligence community, they are the real heroes.
Charlie, if we could get back to my point. My sources confirmed...
Tom? Heather Dunbar, no friend of mine or my husband's, looked into these charges and cleared the president.
Cleared? Please. The White House has not had a single press briefing since the Herald ran my article.
You keep saying the White House isn't speaking about this. I am sitting right here talking to you. Not Remy Danton or Jackie Sharp or Lucas Goodwin either.
Excuse me, Lucas Goodwin, meaning?
I'm saying me. I'm here. And I don't know how many more times we have to go over this. You know, a Tom Hammerschmidt article used to be the first thing I would look for when I opened the Washington Herald.
The Underwoods are no longer campaigning.
They can call it what they want.
Well, if you think about the last few days, what's in the air, it might not be such a bad idea for us to take it one handshake at a time.
Or call it for what it is. Home and abroad. The president is essentially asking for permission to fight a war on our soil.
We can't push back too hard.
Can't afford to look soft on terror.
We can't look the other way either. You, of all people, know where this kind of talk leads.
Make sure the committee dealing with the declaration of war never gets to a vote. We're not against war, we're against his. I want you to reach out to the speaker and find out who she's putting on that committee. We need to get back to the president's crimes. That's the story. It's the only story. Anything else?
I have my script.
Harry, I want to know what he says and when he says it. Our general isn't used to taking orders.
Will, one more thing.
What?
Your wife. Like, I know we opened up this campaign on Polyhop, but it might be time to close it down. Or at least be more careful.
What did they find out?
The home of the mother of the terrorists, you know, the one they're looking for, was vandalized last night. Garage set on fire, broken windows, and Hannah, well, she posted. She was defending the mother online.
When?
This afternoon. The timing is not good on this. Making sure.
Not now.
Thank you. Governor Conway and I are honored to be here with the Miller family and their closest friends. I know the VFW was a big part of Jim's life here in Knoxville.
With the help of Homeland and our hotline, we think that Masterson has crossed into the southwest corner of Virginia. Scott or Washington.
And Assistant Director Green.
We're relying on aerial support, sightings, and local law enforcement, but we're fairly confident we can have him pinned down in the next 24 hours.
The president wants us to be absolutely sure. We can't have him getting away again. Careers are at stake.
Everyone around this table is fully aware of the gravity of the situation.
Good. The president will be happy to hear that.
You're angry.
I am.
I was asked the question and I answered.
That's the least of it.
Okay, well, I don't want to talk about it right now.
Are you trying to lose this election? Are you?
Oh, Will, stop it.
This woman that you're defending, her son just cut someone's head off. And he's still out there somewhere. You understand what this looks like?
Do you want to know why our son can't sleep? He's 8 years old and he can't sleep. Because he's having nightmares. Because he thinks there's a big black dog running around the hotel.
Dog?
Yes. He closes his eyes and he can hear it growling. He's scared, Will. I said what I said because that woman is a victim. We all are. And it has to stop. I want you to win. Get yourself a drink. I'll be right back.
That's the mother. And this is Hannah's response.
She is not a criminal and should not be punished for the sins of her son. We all, I know, reject the rhetoric and actions of these damaged, troubled young men. What I mean is, this is a time for reflection, not aggression.
So she's not condoning it, but it is sympathetic. Plays into the idea that Joshua and Zachary were just a pair of troubled kids looking for a cause no different than some school shooter. Post has been shared over 100,000 times.
I want to talk with her.
Hannah?
The mother.
We've been very careful about where you appear.
Leanne, will you excuse us for a moment?
Of course.
We need to dial up the terror. And the mother can help us with that.
But that also means we have to locate Masterson soon.
Tom is waiting for me.
Oh, you go on.
Francis, I shouldn't have cried at the funeral.
No, it played beautifully.
Not for me.
Come with me. No, just tell me to be late.
Mr. President.
It's all right, officer.
Now.
May I have your scope? Scope on your gun. I promise I'll give it back. Thank you. Come here. Now, if you just hold the scope a little ways from your face and look down, straight down, across the lawn, right to the gate. You see them? Those people want a voice, some for, some against. And they're looking back across the lawn toward this house and these windows. And they're thinking, I wonder what the President and the First Lady are doing tonight. And will they be able to protect us?
I should have been there.
Where?
When you got shot. I wish I was there. Maybe I could have protected you.
You see, all those people want is someone to keep them from what they're afraid to know.
And what are the President and First Lady doing tonight, Francis?
Well, I believe Thomas is waiting for you.
I'll see you in the morning. Thinking tonight, as home through the shadows, they wander.
Everyone smiling in secret delight as they stare at the castle and ponder. And whenever the wind blows this way, you can almost hear everyone say, I wonder what the king is doing tonight.
I've been looking for you.
I got hungry, so I went down to the main kitchen. That's a lovely group of people you have down there.
If there's anything you need, it can be brought up.
I didn't know what I needed until I was eating it. I heard the president's declaration. Very compelling.
What did you really think?
It was almost like the real thing.
The NSA has good people. Very good. Too good.
Not as good as you.
Gonna have to find my algorithms.
That doesn't mean they knew what we were using them for.
No. 1 second they send me home, and then the next they tell me, come back. They'll be watching me. This is a trap.
Or the only way out.
God damn it.
You want out?
Don't you? Leanne. We've done some illegal things here. There are other campaigns.
If you can get into the NSA.
That's not possible.
Into their system, you can fix this.
You're not listening to me.
I am. I know the Underwoods. The only way that we are going to survive this is if they win. You can help them win. I know you can.
I got on the paper right around the time you left.
Did you start in style?
Metro Desk. But then I did this piece, street fashion, kids on the street thing. I'm surprised you asked for me.
Some people are being moved around and off the team. The Masterson story, war, what is it good for?
Were you ever interested in investigative journalism?
If you ask me, if it's not investigating, it's not journalism.
Word around here is you can get anybody to talk to you.
After 8, with a drink in their hands? Yeah. She's the one they say you called a... You know. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. You're sort of a legend, and articles on the president? It'd be an honor to work with you in any capacity. To be part of this.
Did you find him? Did you?
It'll only be another moment.
Because I've done all I can. Everything you told me to. You know that. They know that, don't they?
Mrs. Underwood?
I was hoping to speak to Miss Masterson. Just the two of us.
Is there a problem?
It is a bit extreme. Expanding the no-fly list to this extent, the restrictions on visas alone is unprecedented. How do we justify it?
Well, the White House counsel's been all through that. It's there in black and white.
We're virtually closing down our borders without any hard evidence to back it up.
It's coming.
A lot of innocent people are trying to get into this country. They could be hurt by this. A change in policy this big, I want it done right.
I want you to let the world know that if they want to continue coming to this country for our hospitals, our colleges, our golf courses, God knows what else, they're going to have to deliver more than my head on the end of a burning stick. Now look, Kathy, I know you have well-earned relationships out there, long-standing.
I'm not holding back, Francis. I have reached out.
Then I need you to reach further. I want actionable intelligence. I want to know where Aiko is, or at the very least that everyone's out there looking. Are we clear?
We're clear.
Thank you, Kathy. I know you won't let me down.
He's dead. Is that why you're here?
We're still looking for him.
Because if he's dead, I want to see him, to touch him. I'm trying to help.
Miss Masterson,
but he hasn't
please.
contacted me. I wish he would.
I understand. Calm down.
He's not a monster, like they all say. I lost him somewhere, but he's not.
But still, monsters do exist, don't they?
I want my lawyer.
What for?
I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I say anything anymore.
I wanted to see you. To ask you a simple question. Didn't you know what was going on in your home?
Excuse me?
You knew. Even before he went to Pakistan. I mean, you raised him.
No. No, he had some problems. He got lost. But no, nothing like
But you
this.
saw what he did, didn't you?
No.
Would you like to see it? We can show it to you if you like.
No, please don't.
What he did to that family, to that man. What sort of person would do such a thing?
He's my son. Oh, God.
I know, it's awful, isn't it?
Thank you.
When you leave today, there will be some reporters, some cameramen out there, but you don't need to say very much. You just need to ask Josh to turn himself in. There are so many hardworking mothers and fathers out there. This could have happened to any of them. We are close to capturing your son, Miss Masterson, and I will do my best to have you see him.
I want to go.
No one's keeping you.
But who did she put in? Who did the speaker put on the committee?
Mostly lifers with secure seats. We're 2 weeks out. It's hard to say no to war. You and I have some things in common. We both dislike the president.
Yeah, I'm still a Democrat.
Who leans to the right. Alex, you do actually lean a little to the right. Look, he's a commander-in-chief. He's got all the authority he needs to fight them where they are.
Oh, there's one here, out there, right now, as we speak.
Well, I'm a big fan of American law enforcement. They'll find him soon enough. We can't just let Francis Underwood turn us into a nation that's always looking over their shoulder. If you can get yourself onto that committee, I got a feeling the chair will give you all the time you need. My driver will take you back to your car. Congressman, this is your chance. I think you know it.
You have no idea what is happening in your own homes.
Have you any idea where he is, Mrs. Masterson?
Josh, please. Please, please turn yourself in.
Mrs. Masterson!
Oh, God. Stop.
After 10 years with Treasury, he was waiting for you.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Does the administration believe that the explosion was connected with Joshua Masterson somehow?
We're not sure yet. There is strong evidence to suggest.
The owner of the establishment was foreign-born. Any connection to ICO overseas?
I think our deputy director, Clark, here is better equipped to answer that.
We're looking into it. In the meantime, we've set up a hotline. If anyone in the community has
And if the Republican candidate and the rest of his party refuse to acknowledge the seriousness of the threat made here at home, know that we will. The FBI is currently gathering a list of words and images. If they appear on your children's or your co-workers' devices, please.
Move, guard! Move, guard! Car! Over there. Please. Get out of here right now.
It was just pain. She's all right.
And what else? Spit it out, Doug. It won't taste so bad.
Sir, I know you disagree with me on this, but Director Green and his team have a location for the takedown and they're ready to act.
And they're positive it's the right location.
Adamant.
When?
Hours. We can coordinate out of the Situation Room.
Oh, no, I'm gonna meet him in person.
Sir, I strongly advise against that.
Duly noted, but I'll be on site.
Yes, sir.
It's amazing how ready people are to be afraid.
History would prove them right. You're lucky this is coming off the water. It could have been worse. Some found its way behind your ear. Should I be afraid?
Don't be smart.
I should, shouldn't I? I stole something from you.
What?
What it is, doesn't matter. I just wanted something that was yours.
Well, put it back.
Waterfalls. The NSA marked their zero-day exploits as waterfalls.
What can they get us into?
We can backdoor into some very popular social media. I can insert anything your imagination can think of into those sites. Underwoods or otherwise.
FBI agents are currently on the ground. We're receiving reports that there's a great deal of police activity on the Virginia border. We cannot confirm at this time, but we believe this is connected to the manhunt for domestic terrorist Joshua Masterson.
The capture of Joshua Masterson may be close at hand. The FBI is still not commenting, but if you look at this aerial view, you can see heavily armed men making their way through this wooded area.
Sir, he's not here.
All we have are some loose domestic connections, a perverse idolization of ICO overseas. He refuses to confirm any wide-ranging homegrown network. Our interrogators are confident the asset is no longer valuable and risk to reward no longer tenable. Sir, we've reached a breaking point.
Did you think I didn't already have him? That I would have left him out there somewhere? And I thought you knew me.
Joshua.
Do you want to live?
tell us what we want. Tell us what we want to hear. You're no martyr, are you? Look at you. No, you're not a martyr. No one will remember what you've done, either here on Earth or in your heaven. So why did you pick the Millers? Why? What did you see? Was it the girl? Did you see her first? And what did you see? Or did she see you first? Yes, that's it, isn't it? She saw you. She looked right through you, didn't she? I don't need to see this person anymore. Get rid of the asset.
Sir, he's an animal, but he's still an American citizen.
We are at war, and he is an enemy combatant. And he lost whatever rights he might have had as an American when he cut that poor man's head off.
So don't give me your pride or your position. Because none of this would have happened if you'd done what you were told in the first place.
I'll take care of it.
Yes, you will, and you will do so willingly. And I want you to get some good, usable footage of his killing. And then destroy everything else.
We will be releasing footage of Joshua Masterson's killing. The administration and the intelligence community were hoping to take him alive. But I would like to commend Assistant Director of Counterterrorism Nathan Green, and of course all of the work that Secretary Durant has done behind the scenes on all of this. The information the investigation has gathered so far points to Joshua Masterson and Zachary Hawthorne having strong connections to ICO abroad and ICO's growing network domestically. And so I would like to say this to ICO directly. You will not infect the mind of one more of our young people, because I will not stop until I find you. And I say that for the grieving Miller family, whom I hope will find some sleep tonight. I also urge Congress to accelerate the process and vote on my request for a declaration of war. I will not be answering questions. Seth will take it from here.
If you look there, it's hard to see, but I think that was the kill shot. Now, please remember, these reports are unconfirmed, and we're waiting on a statement from the White House. What we can report is a great
Why
deal
are you
of
watching
activity in
this?
this wooded area, and shots being fired both by and...
Hello?
Hello, this is Francis Underwood.
It's him.
The committee is looking for Remy Danton and Jackie Sharp.
What do either of them have to do with ICO or the war?
The talk up on the Hill is they're going to invite you and the rest of your staff to testify.
You're gonna use a declaration of war to investigate.
That's right. They're gonna use the committee Frank asked for to investigate him.
Fuck.
That's right, Doug. Fuck.
It's difficult to understand. Well, perhaps if you could just calm down for a moment.
Please stop it.
I thought this news would bring you some relief.
The president called Mrs. Miller.
I promised you and your daughter that I would...
Leave her alone.
Well, perhaps we should speak when you're feeling a little more up to it.
I don't want to hear you or from you. What you did to my family.
What?
Leave us out of it. And do not use my husband's name.
Listen, Mrs. She hung up.
Let's go for a walk. Tell them what they need to know.
You have nothing to be afraid of. You have nothing to be afraid of. You have nothing to be afraid of.